Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. So here is currency price action, not really very strong. So in fact, this market stands in tight range in the whole week, and it's just minor updates that we could make here. Actually, the same story on any other market. So on gold market, Great British pound as well. So maybe it's summertime, some silence stands in the market in recent few sessions after the collapse that has happened due to the Fed statement. So mostly on the daily chart, it's nothing to add to previous analysis. So hopefully we will get the euro currency around 120 area, but based on the recent action, we also not exclude the chance that market could drop right from this area. Although I still hope that some extension of to the upside we will get. So we have the engulfing pattern, and this monthly market hasn't quite reached the target yet. So. But anyway, this pullback, as we said, mostly we treat as the retracement, so it's not some reversal type of action. And in our larger scale analysis, we are considering taking the short position at some predefined resistance level. It's currently it's 120 area on the intraday charts, on the daily charts, and it's a rather strong resistance, and it's very suitable for taking the short position. So. Maybe next week, if we will see it here, maybe a bearish grabber will be formed under some spike. That will give us some more information for analysis or background for taking the short position. But currently, at this moment, we do not see something really special here. On the 4 time frame chart, you could see that the overall price action is slowing down, turning to the sideways action. Well, I wouldn't say that this is really a very good moment, but the fact that market can't break just minor levels around 1957 for the third time in a row, it's first time, second time, third time testing, it's not really very good. But at the same time, you can see its high lows are forming, so maybe some pressure will be enough to proceed highest to our predefined level. Currently, we do not have yet the clear signs of the context failure. I mean that the bullish context is over, but it seems that market is not too strong in general, so because it's just trying to break through the nearest standing level. On the 4 time frame chart, we could keep an eye on the possible bullish grabber. So if it will be formed, so it could give us more confidence with the watching for upward continuation and reaching predefined resistance area. On the hourly chart, we discussed, if you remember, possible upward action. So recently we said that overall price behavior and this pullback doesn't mean yet that the context is broken, and we still considered possible upward action, for instance, if the butterfly will be formed. So you can see our major support area stands untouched, so all stops that you have placed either below our lows or just below the confidence are still valid. So we have taken position recently on this butterfly somewhere in this level. So you can see, as I said, this will be very small potential risk if market will reach this area. Somewhere shows some retracement after this section starting to forming the right arm. So it was relatively small risk for taking the position based on the butterfly. And if we're correct, it means that market gradually should keep going right to the 120 level, because retracement after OP already is done. Market retests the neckline, stands above it. I mean the hand and shoulders that we previously traded stands above it. Now it's moving higher. So from the bullish point of view, market should not show any drop and taking out of these lows, breaking the confidence. It should keep upward action. And this is very important because it in general keeps overall situation simple. So if by some reason market will show the downward drop, it means that market is not bullish and we should not consider reaching over the 120 level anymore. For us currently, well, nothing to do actually on the long side, because what we would like to do, we did already. So taking position first on the hand and shoulders, then we talked about reversal candle, and finally yesterday we talked about the butterfly. So those of you who would like to take the long position probably already have done this. So just keep watching and move stops to the break-even. Alternatively, if you believe that euro should drop and you would like to take the short position, well, in this case, I wouldn't say that it can't happen. So theoretically, it could be, and mostly just because this type of action, as you can see, is not very strong. So we would not see acceleration. It's very gradual and slow. So potentially it means that maybe this butterfly to the downside also could be formed. This left wing and starting with the right wing to the downside. So theoretically, you could consider this butterfly for possible trading if you believe that euro could drop and start dropping to the downside. Well, personally, with this performance that I see currently, probably I wouldn't take in the short position right now. So although the theoretical chances exist and maybe indeed euro will drop later, but in the current technical background with this divergence that we have, that hasn't reached target, actual divergence, as you know, suggests taking out with the stop. Second, if we would suggest that some kind of the head and shoulders, take a look, market hasn't reached the neckline here. So it's not typical type of action. And if even we would say that this is head and shoulders is done, what is price action to the right from the right arm? So theoretically it should be the breakout, but we haven't got it. So, and all other stuff that I said, that's market stance about the major confidence, I would say that, well, maybe a bit too early to suggest that this will be the collapse. But it's not forbidden. If you believe that this will happen, you could consider, for instance, this type of action. This butterfly suggested your stop should be somewhere above the stop, above this area. So, but in general, guys, if speaking, honestly speaking, this overall environment currently and the context, well, not very attractive. So it's price action is very lazy and heavy, very slow. And for the whole week, market wasn't able to show more or less reasonable dynamics. So it stands in a very tight range. It's approximately 50 pips. So when this happens on the market, it's always create not very fascinating tradings, setup trading background. So although we see some patterns, we suggest the market could show some dynamic, but in general, it's not very attractive for trading overall situation here.